Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. Whatever time of day it is, wherever you are in the world, welcome to Falls from Iron, welcome to Opposition Recon. I am Gatesy, your host. Please don't forget to drop a like on the stream, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and make sure you hit that bell icon to be notified of any new content as and when we upload it to the channel, such as this. I have just done an interview with Ray of the Manchester City fan YouTube channel, City Fan TV, ahead of our team's upcoming clash at London Stadium in the Carabao Cup. Manchester City have won the last 4 tournaments and are the defending Premier League champions, so it's fair to say we're probably up against it. But I wanted to get a City fan's take on the upcoming fixture, the players that he fears in a claret and blue shirt, the players that he thinks are going to influence the play for his team, and obviously his thoughts on the season thus far for his team and his thoughts on the season beyond our match at the London Stadium tomorrow. So please sit back, enjoy the stream. Come on, you Irons.
Ray, to the millions of people watching around the world, as Bruce or Michael Buffy says, please introduce yourself.
I mean, it must be billions on a West Ham channel. It must be billions.
We're heading that way.
We'll get there. But City Fan TV, I'm Ray, City Fan TV. I've had a few YouTube channels over the years with others and on my own. And these days, it's basically most of my stuff is around games now. You know, the odd preview with other channels like this, some podcasting with other City fans, and team lineups and post-match reviews and stuff like that. Not watch-alongs. I'm a bit, I think, long in the tooth for watch-alongs, But apart from that, it's all good.
Cool. Well, for those of you that haven't already done so, please, this information will be in the description below YouTube and Facebook. You can go to Ray's City Fan TV and give him a subscribe, give him your support. And also you can follow him on Twitter at Ray City Fan TV 1. So, give him a look and have a look. I mean, I'm not, as people know from the channel, obviously I'm a West Ham fan, but I'm, more broadly speaking, a football fan. So I'm always interested to hear what other fans of other teams have to say. So, give him a look and spread the love. So,
yeah,
let's get down to it, my friends. So tomorrow at London Stadium, or tomorrow as we record this, although this will probably be going out tomorrow, which is the day of the game. There you go. Is obviously our League Cup clash in the London Stadium. So it's always a little bit difficult to try and predict lineups and all the rest of it. But so this particular sort of like format, it can be a bit tricky. But I'm going to do with my normal 4 questions that I try to sort of go with. So the first question I have to ask, Ray, obviously if the season began, your Premier League champions, your League Cup winners, obviously Champions League finalists didn't quite go to plan there.
Yeah.
Up to this point, sort of like, what are your thoughts on the season you've had thus far in terms of the signings you made, principally Jack Grealish, of course? Anything sort of like of the first sort of 9 games of the Premier League season and Europe and the Cups?
Yeah, I mean, I've seen some fantastic play, some scintillating displays. The win against Chelsea was incredible. The performance against Liverpool, very, very good.
Yep.
In recent games, we've been awesome. There's no other way to describe it. It's hard to be better than we were through our purple patch last season, where we won, I think, 22 games on the bounce.
Yeah, crazy.
I think we won last season. It's just whether we can keep that going, and many teams can win 4 or 5 games on the bounce. It's whether you can keep, the churning out the wins and the quality. Liverpool have won a lot of games as well. They're undefeated in plenty of league games. I can't remember how many it is now. It's probably 20-odd league games Liverpool are undefeated. So, they're on a very good run. It's been disappointing the way we started the season, losing the Community Shield to Leicester and then losing to Spurs. That was embarrassing. But we started like this last season. We've not had any break, and it's tough for City because you can say it's our own hard luck because last season we played in the Champions League final, and the season before we went deep into the competition, and we didn't have much time for our players to recover, refresh, get some rest, and do a pre-season. You know, the season before, I think we had. We were a week before. This is the season we played Lyon and got beat by them. Liverpool on the Monday. I think we're in Austria on pre-season training.
Yeah.
Just using Liverpool as an example. We on the Saturday were playing in the Champions League. So, you know, we just didn't have the time. We started slowly last season and we came good. We started slowly this season, and I think we've come good sooner. So we're right up there. I think there's only 3 teams in the league title race. That's us, Liverpool and Chelsea. I was scared of Chelsea at the start of the season. Before the season started, I just thought, you know, they're so focused on defence. They had, since Tuchel arrived, they have had the most clean sheets, and now they've got Lukaku. So I thought Liverpool are going to be up there. They spend a lot of money. You know, they'll talk about net spend and all that, but end of the day, they spend a lot of money buying players over the years, and they've got some cracking players. There's no denying that. So, you know, being third right now, we've played, I think, 5 of the top 9 away from home.
Wow.
It's Brighton, I can't remember them all. Brighton, Spurs, Liverpool, Chelsea. There's 4 of them. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Maybe in the top half, and them as well. So we've done really well, I think. So that's good. League Cup, obviously, we're through to play you guys. Champions League, disappointing. The result with PSG was disappointing, but we played well. So that didn't hurt me so much because I think we played really, really well. We just didn't take our chances. And then the last week we beat Club Bruges 5-1 at their place. We thought it'd be a tough game. So you got to look at it in a long-winded way. I've just get around to say we started really, really well.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and obviously me being a supporter of the team you're about to face, that's not what I want to hear, but it is what it is. So in terms of the West Ham team that's got to face you guys, and again, I come back to the point I made earlier. I appreciate with Carabao Cup games, it's kind of difficult because both teams, I suspect, that's going to take to the pitch are not going to be full strength. So, but at your best guess of what David Moyes is going to put out against you guys tomorrow, who are the players that, as far as you're concerned as a City fan, you're looking at and going, I hope he has an off game?
Well, here's a quick question for you. Sorry, and it'll help me answer this. When's your next game? Is it Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday, I believe, against Villa.
Yeah. So I think that makes a big difference to the kind of team you can put out tomorrow night, because our game, if I remember right, is on Saturday. So that will affect us. And we've got another game, I think, next midweek as well. So we don't have the luxury of having, you know, a long time between games. So that'll affect our team. And I think it'll give you guys the opportunity to put out a better team. If Moisey wants to go deep in this competition, win it, you know, he's not going to win the league. The best I think he can look for is getting to top 4, which would be an awesome return if he can get you in the top 4. I think you can make it. But sneakily, to, you know, have a look at the League Cup, I think you've got a chance. Certainly got the team to do it. So who, I think you put out a reasonably strong team. I hope you do. Who worries me? Antonio, obviously. I think that's an easy one. He scored a great goal against us last season. Basically held off an out-muscled Diaz and hooked it in. It was a cracking goal. You had basically no chance. That wasn't a good chance. He just made it out of nothing. It was incredible. So he started the season really well. Scored a decent number of goals, proving that he's a handful. I think he'll do well. I think he's certainly one to fear. Declan Rice is having a good start to the season. You know, you've got people like Gary Neville trying to get him sold to Man United. I mean, it's like, you know, right now, if I was Declan Rice, I wouldn't be leaving West Ham for Man United. Let's put it that way. If he was to go, there's better teams to go to than them. But I think he's having a pretty good season. And one or two others, I think Cresswell He's got, I think he's got a couple of assists. He's always does. He got an assist last week. I think, did you win? Was it 1-0 or whatever? And he got
Against Spurs, yeah.
I think he'll do all right. And obviously, you look at people. I kind of look more of what happened last season with Susek. He had a good season. I think he's doing okay. Ben Rama has scored a few goals or got assists. So he's looking like he's having a better season than last season. So those are the kind of guys that kind of stick in my mind straight away.
Yeah, absolutely. In terms of the players that you think that Pep's going to pick tomorrow as well for you guys, again, same question flipped on its head.
Yeah.
Who are the guys, who are the players that, as far as you as a City fan, you think need to turn up tomorrow in order to maximise your chances of progressing in the competition?
Well, Kevin De Bruyne, he was rested at the weekend to get him ready for this game against West Ham. I'm sure that's the reason he was given a rest. So if he turns up, if he plays, I want him to turn up. I think he's been certainly hit and miss this season. And people might think I'm crazy to say this, but hit and miss over the last couple of seasons. I say he has magical moments in games. He's not dictating games the way he used to do, but he still gets those assists and some goals. I think someone said the other week his pass completion record is under 50% at the moment. So
really,
he's still got assists and goals. So he's still got that magic, but he's not controlling the games the way you'd like him to. Maybe some of that's because he's trying too many killer balls. I don't know what the reason is. So if he turns up, obviously he's someone to look out for. I'm hoping Phil Foden starts. I think he's probably been our second best player this season, even though he missed probably 5 or 6 games at the start with injury. So I think he's up there. I don't think Bernardo will play. I think he's been our best player this season. I'd expect Sterling to play, Mahrez, maybe Gabriel Jesus again, now that Torres is injured. So that would be our second string attack, and I think that's still decent. And then I'd look for a combination of, I think Stones will play and maybe Nathan Ake. And you'd look for them to have a good partnership. Personally, I'd like Diaz to play. Stones and Diaz, Ake on the left, and Walker or Cancelo on the right. Fernandinho in the middle, Stefan in goal. We still, people will say, and they are right, we've still got quality all over the pitch, whoever we play. We might see Cole Palmer start because he's not adequate.
Yes.
Academy, their lineup tonight, he's not in the squad. So I expect him to start. I didn't have, his was the only name I was looking for. I think he might get a start.
What about the young right back? Is it Egan? I'm trying to remember his name.
He's playing tonight. I think he was playing tonight.
Is he? Oh, right, okay.
I think
I heard talk he might have been in contention, but
yeah. The thing is, if we put too many in, I think that's disrespectful to you guys and the competition. Put too many kids in.
Yeah, fair.
Liam Delap, he's playing tonight, so he's another one. James McAtee, he's playing tonight. So I don't think there'll be more than Palmer. Maybe one other young kid. Lavia's playing tonight. So I don't think there's room for them because we've got all these second stringers, as I call them, people who don't get many games, like Zinchenko, Fernandinho. He's cover, and Sterling's not getting a look in at all. Gabriel Jesus is coming back from obviously his trip over to South America and not being able to play for a couple of games over here. So it's an opportunity to put them back in. Otherwise, you're going to get disgruntled players who aren't playing. I think it'll be a mix of them. 1 or 2 big names like KDB, maybe Walker or Cancelo, and a kid like Cole Palmer who deserves a start.
And the last question, obviously, for you, Ray, before we wrap it up. Beyond the match tomorrow, and I appreciate this is always a little bit of a look into the crystal ball type of question, but what do you see in terms of league, domestic cups, and European competitions as being, for you as a City fan, a minimum pass score for your performance this season in those competitions?
Well, City, I'm an older City fan, let's say. Most older City fans still look at the league as our bread and butter. That's the competition we want to win more than the Champions League. And more people said, look, we've won the league 5 times in 10 years. It's time we win the Champions League. So people are going towards that. Younger fans, newer fans, they want the Champions League. The difference with those older fans is we've only been in the Champions League for, is it 11 seasons? That's it in our history.
About that, yeah.
So, but we've been in the top league for most of our history, you know. So we've always had that chance to win the top league. We've always been in that competition, and that's what you're used to. Even when we weren't brilliant, you know, we could still have some good years. You know, Peter Reid, we had a couple of good seasons under him. I go back to the 70s. We finished second, I think, to Liverpool. Was it 77 or 78? We could still put in good seasons, and you still had a chance to win the league. But if you're not in the Champions League or the European Cup as it was then, well, you had no chance to win that. So it's a new competition for us, and you know, so I'd love to win it, but still, for me, if we can win the league title, you know, the Champions League will come. If you're consistently winning the league, you'd think the Champions League eventually will come. So for me, Champions League, if we win the League Cup, they're chuffed, because I think we'll be the first team to do it 5 times on the bounce, which is ridiculous. And it's a nice day out in late winter, early spring. FA Cup is not. It's weird because we won the Carabao Cup or League Cup, I think 6 times in about 10 years.
Yeah, it's about that, isn't it?
Something like that. And we've won the FA Cup twice, which is a bit odd because I think that's got more, you know, more stature. So I'd love to win that. But look, if you asked me 15 years ago, what would you love to win? Which trophy? Anything, you know. And it's still kind of like that. But I think league title would be nice, and one of the cups would be a bonus. And if that's all we get, if we don't get anywhere in the Champions League, I'm not going to cry about it. Disappointed, yeah, but being realistic, as I said, it's not my number one priority.
Right, that's fine. Well, I appreciate your time, Ray. And again, guys, for those of you watching, don't forget, as I said right at the very beginning, please do check out his YouTube channel and give him a follow on Twitter. The details will be in the description below YouTube and Facebook. I would like to wish you luck for tomorrow, Ray, but there are 2 things with that particular statement. Number 1, I really wouldn't mean it. And number 2, I don't think that you need luck, if I'm being brutally honest. So I think if anyone needs luck, it's probably going to be us. But I think we've got a chance, and I keep my fingers crossed that you do put out a team of kids and reserves. I'd take that all day long. But even your kids and reserves would probably be quite a force, I think. So, but listen, beyond tomorrow, I wish City the best of luck, and may the cards fall where they may. But as far as tomorrow is concerned, no luck I can wish you. All I can say is may the best team win.
Come on, you Irons. I'm waiting for that. Thanks a lot for having me on, Gatesy.
No, it's my absolute pleasure, Ray. And I'm gonna do my sign out, Ray. And I hope you'll have to forgive me, but it's the usual one. Come on, you Irons.